Welcome to the show where you suggest an object and I see just how well it juggles. It's... Skateboards! A board with wheels, and an ironic lack of skates. For you actually have to do the skating yourself to prevent the board. Now, for this episode, I actually found 3 skateboards lying around that I've collected over the years. And that's good news, because that means we don't have to shop for them, because skateboards can be fairly expensive. And we do not have the budget for that. Because we actually blew the budget on this next segment. Welcome to the Boardlerette, the show where 3 lucky skateboard borderlers, find love with our lovely bachelorette. Howdy there, I'm Cruiser, and I love rolling along flat paths, and I'm looking for love.
What's up? I'm a longboard. I love long rides down moderately steep hills, and I'm looking for love. Sup? I'm Skate. I love flips and stuff, and I'm looking for, I don't know, a fling or something. Later, y'all. Hit me up if you want to hang.
Will their love grow? Let's find out as we meet our bachelorette or borderlerette of the episode, Penny. What? You're telling me that we spent our entire budget on a bit that's not even gonna make it into the video? Who is in charge of this thing? Give me those boards. Let's see. I'll see if I can figure something out. My goodness. Ridiculous. So I guess this is an easier way to introduce the board. So this is the first of the 3 that I accumulated. This is my long board, and I actually got this with one of my friends. And we were at the mall and we saw that, I think it was West 49, had a pretty good sale on longboards. So we decided at that moment, then and there, that we would then make it our personalities. However, we also then soon discovered that we're both very scared of going too fast on a longboard. So we ended up actually riding them together a total of, drumroll please, one time. But my personal favorite part is, of course, this is the grip tape side. This is some of the coolest grip tape I have ever seen. It was very useful when I was going back and forth in between parking and where I actually worked in high school, which was super fun. The back's also quite nice. It looks pretty much the same. However, I got some cool stickers. Although I don't remember where I actually got the stickers from, except for the ones that have the names on it. Like this one here is from Tofino, and this one here is from Maui. But the other 2 are cool, but I'm confused. And the second most recent, or oldest one that I bought is this one, my Cruiser board. And this one here, I actually bought in downtown Vernon because I had parked on one side of downtown and I walked all the way to the other side, and then decided that I did not want to walk back. So I bought a new skateboard, which was insane now that I think of it again. But I did kind of want one again, and this one, of course, is much smaller than the other one, which makes it much more portable and useful if I'm actually going somewhere on it. However, I did decorate it as much as I could. Since I bought this one for the shape, the design, I just kind of liked the colors. It was all about jazz, so I didn't really care for that too much. However, I did get some cool stickers on it, like a Love for Kelowna one. And this one here is from my favorite artist, Morky. I also drew Dirty Vern on here, because Vernon. And this one I got from Barcelona. I think it's fitting. It's got a skateboard on it. And this one here, I do use occasionally. It served me well over the years, and I like it a lot. It's fun. And last but not least, we have my most recent skateboard purchase, which is an actual skateboard. This here, of course, I got from Okanagan Skate Co., which is the local skateboard shop in Vernon. The only other sticker I added to it is this one here, which is my own sticker, a juggling knife. Very nice. Fun fact about these trucks, I did find them on the bottom of the lake in a skateboard that was broken in half. So that was peculiar. I just changed out the bearings, and you know what? It works great now. The reason I ended up having to buy another skateboard, because the other two weren't good enough, is because my little cousin got into skateboarding, and I could only do so much with a cruiser and a longboard, and I figured I'm gonna try to learn to ollie. And you know what? I'm not that good at it. So now that we have all of these boards, it's time to test them. Very sciencely. Specifically for juggleability. Oh. I've injured myself. Can you see that scrape? Or this scrape? Or that scrape there? Very dangerous, it turns out. Come on. I can't even get the third one in the air. I'm gonna give it a 0 out of 10 for juggleability. Oh my gosh. But don't worry, there is always a loophole, or in this case, loop balls. Because maybe we can just juggle one while juggling 2 balls at the same time. Let's see. Come on. It's hard. Let's try grabbing the trucks though. Oh, it's heavy. It's hard, heavy, and droppable. Still 0 out of 10, honestly. Oh my gosh. And now, it's time for droppability. Something that's even more important than juggleability is droppability. Because, of course, as a comedy juggler, I do drop a lot. Sometimes even on purpose. Ow. But obviously, of course, based on our previous tests, we know that it's pretty okay in studio floors. But now the real test is to see if it will survive a drop over concrete. And unlike some other episodes, I am actually going to film this before we do all of the other jokes and stuff, because I have a feeling that skateboards will survive a drop on concrete, because that's kind of what it's designed to do. So my hypothesis is the show will go on after we do this test. So let's find out. No new injuries. Honestly, I'm not sure if those are new. Slight injuries. It's fine. So it's safe to say that for droppability, skateboards definitely get 10 out of 10. They're 100% designed to be dropped, especially on concrete, and they'll be okay for many drops to come. But now, it's time for trick potential. Now, I'm not much of a skateboarder, but I did actually film a skateboarding TikTok back in 2023. And in that TikTok, there is a skateboarding juggling trick that I think absolutely has to be done anytime I do a skateboarding juggling show. So, let's react to this TikTok since it's been a while since I've seen it and see if I can still do that trick. So my little cousin wanted me to teach him how to skateboard, and I did. The only problem is I don't know how to skateboard. I still don't. So I bought this one, and let's see what tricks I'm going to teach him how to do first. Here we go. Juggling while standing on the skateboard. That's not the trick. That's a good first trick, right? It's good, but not. For the second trick, we're gonna see if we can juggle while riding the skateboard. That's the trick. And for the last trick, dropping in. That's a good joke. And a trick that's very dangerous and I will not be doing today. Okay, I can't even do that one yet. But hey, with some practice, maybe I'll be able to teach it to him someday. Someone else will have to teach him that. So, we gotta juggle while riding on a skateboard. Let's see if I can still do it. So now that we remember we can ride it, let's see if we can try some other slightly more creative tricks. Like, for example, juggling, tossing it onto the ground, and then juggling from there. Alright, here's a cool theory. It's way scarier than it looks. That's for someone who's better than me. Now, of course, there are all of the usual skateboarding tricks, like, for example, I kinda know how to ollie. Not well, though. And I'm sure there's more than that, but this is about all we got right now. Ta-da! I mean, there's always this option for juggling at the same time, which kind of looks a little silly, I guess. I think anything else is just going to take too much practice. So I do have one more trick I want to try, but it's safe to give the rating now, and I think that when it comes to trick potential, it's kind of difficult to actually give it a rating, because juggling a skateboard is incredibly difficult. So anything that involves skateboarding and juggling is like a 2, but skateboards are designed to do like a billion different tricks, so I think I have to give it a 10. But considering this is juggling related science-ish stuff, I think it gets a 2. But for my final trick, it looks a little something like this. It's actually safe to do inside. I just have to hold it here, you juggle, and you go like that. This will make a lot more sense when we get into the joke potential. Now for joke potential, to truly see just how easy it is to write jokes for skateboards, I'm gonna give myself 10 minutes to write as many skateboarding, juggling jokes I possibly can. So, I'll see you in 10 minutes. And 10 minutes are up and we officially have a full page of skateboarding jokes. So let's start with the one that involved that last trick. Because this next trick is an impression. Which is Steve Buscemi if he juggled. How do you do, fellow kids? This next joke is a fantastic transition joke, so essentially, once I finish the last act and want to get into the skateboard act, I just go like this. Now, don't get bored, but this next trick does involve a board. A skateboard. And this next joke I wrote is really, 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 really funny. Because there's 4 wheels. And this next one's really good if I just finished a very difficult trick. Oh, I nearly lost my bearings on that one. Oh man, it looks like I did. Oh, these are easy to find. Because of course, from my skateboarding days, I do actually have a couple extra bearings lying around. This one's a fairly easy pun. Get a grip! Tape. This one's kind of silly, but it goes, now don't worry parents, safety is my #1 priority. I brought a helmet. There you go, little guy. Much safer. Or I have an alternate ending to that joke, which is, I brought a helmet. This is for you. And you hand it to the closest audience member. And as they take it, you go, and don't worry, I did get rid of most of the lice from last week's infestation. I love to torture my audience. And of course I came up with this one before my writing session, but essentially, if I'm in like the middle in between tricks, it's like, well, let's keep on trucking. Just on to the next trick or something, I don't know, there's a million ways you can use that. And for the final joke of my 10-minute writing session, I have this one here. So I've been told I'm not allowed to hold a skateboard like this, because apparently it makes me look like a poser. So instead, I like to hold my skateboard a little something like this. That also goes into tricks. The only problem is I came up with that during the jokes section. So I think that one's pretty good. And I think that one there is actually the only one that's fit to be a TikTok, so at least we got one extra video out of that list of jokes. Oh goodness. So overall, when it comes to joke potential, I have to give it a solid 10 out of 10, because literally every single part of the board has a pun that goes along with it, which is fantastic, and there's also more in-depth jokes you can do, like psychological torture with threatening young children with lice infestations, or of course, if you really can't come up with anything else, you can just go screw it, and just move on to the skateboarding tricks and just become a professional skateboarder instead of juggler. So overall, joke potential, 10 out of 10. But of course, even more importantly than that is to see if I can string all of these tricks and jokes together into some sort of comedy juggling act. So, I'll get to practicing, and I'll see you on opening night. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Evan, the Juggler. Okay, sheesh, I get it. So, slow motion mime juggling isn't my best work. Tough crowd, am I right? My goodness. Well, don't get bored, because my next act actually involves boards. Skateboards! See, I'm glad you guys like that better, because of course, as you know, skateboards have lots of really funny jokes along with them. Like this one here. Why are skateboarders so persistent? Whenever they mess up, they just keep on trucking. That's more laughter than I expected. Thank you very much. But screw it. You know what? Let's try impressions. For this impression here, I of course need a backwards hat, 2 juggling balls, and a skateboard. Here we go. How do you do, fellow kids? This is my Steve Buscemi impression if he actually juggled. Pretty good, right? But of course, there's a problem with this impression. It's the fact that he actually does a mall grab. And if you don't know, if you do a mall grab, it makes you look like a poser. And I can absolutely not be walking around looking like a poser. So instead what I like to do is walk around holding it like this. Oh, there we go. Ta-da! Oh, we did it. That was a tough one. I nearly lost my bearings on... Oh man, I did lose my bearings on that one. Come on, get a grip, Evan. Ridiculous. You guys look like you're waiting for something. No, oh. Do you guys want to see me juggle and skateboard at the same time? Woo! Well, I guess I could try. Okay, let's see. So, set that up here. Oh, actually, you know what? Safety is #1 priority, so don't worry, parents. I did, in fact, come with protection. We got a helmet. That's for you, buddy. There you go, now you're ready to go. I'm kidding, it's a skateboard, it doesn't need a helmet. You're gonna need it, you're the closest one to me. There you go, bud. Alright, you wear that, make sure I don't fall on you or something. Don't worry, I did get rid of all the lice from last week's infestation, you should be fine. I think. But here we go, alright, let's see. This time, of course, we're gonna need 1, 2, and 3 juggling balls, 1 skateboard, and prepare to be amazed for juggling skateboarding. Here we go. It turns out there's a lump in the floor there. Maybe this is not a studio trick. Let's try that again. Pretend I did that good. And of course, as our grand finale, here's the best ollie you've ever seen. Ta-da! Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next act. And for our final score, skateboards are gonna get a juggle ability rating of 0 out of 10, a drop ability rating of 10 out of 10, a trick potential rating of 2 out of 10, or 10 out of 10, but we have to go with 2 out of 10, and of course a joke potential rating of 10 out of 10, bringing the official score to 5.5 out of 10. So after all of our very sciency science, we have created an act that I'm pretty happy with. 5.5 is 55%. D's do get degrees after all, and hopefully the occasional laugh. But basically, I think it needs a few more actual skateboarding tricks in there, and I think that'll take me a few years to actually get good enough at skateboarding to do. So it doesn't really have the wow factor yet, but it does have the base of an interesting act. But at least we do have an act. And we also have to thank all of the people who made this video here possible. The patrons. So if you guys don't know, Evan's Juggling Lab is currently completely sponsored by my Patreon page. So thank you again, patrons, for making this possible. And if you guys want to help support the show, help me make more, and pretty much anything else I do, check out the Patreon page at Evan the Juggler, because over there you get a whole bunch of extra cool exclusive content. We got blooper reels, we've got TikToks that were too raunchy for TikTok, bonus episodes of the podcast, these episodes here early, and more. So if you guys are enjoying the show and want to see more, check out the Patreon today. And of course, if you have any suggestions for objects you want to see me juggle in a future episode of Evan's Juggling Lab, leave them in the comments below. And now, that's a wrap on Evan's Juggling Lab, episode 2. Thanks for watching. I am getting better at that.